Thanks for coming back to the channel, folks. We're still plugging away here. It's going slow, but we're plugging away, and we've had some undesirable weather, and so that's kind of kept us in the garage working on the 64 Chevy blue panel truck. We haven't touched the 46 Ford yet. Saving that for you guys. And of course, then I took a day off on the bike, so that yeah, I had to do that just for my sanity. I'm all good now. So that leaves us with this beautiful machine to work on today, and that's what we're going to do. I made a decision to do all the valves on this flathead 6. We did take the one out that was broken, and we could see that there was a lot of crud and dirt in the valve guide, and I think it'd be a good idea to do all of them. So we're going to have to revamp this valve removal tool to make it more efficient. This is just kind of basic right now. So I'm going to take this into the shop and modify it, and then we'll get the rest of these valves out and clean everything up and then put those valves back together. I had some engineered drawings made, and I think this is going to work just fine. So here's my existing tool, and this is the proposed mechanism. And you might be saying, oh man, that looks very familiar. Well, sure, I could probably order something like that from a faraway continent, and it would probably work okay, but why don't I just build it? Make it right here in the shop. I don't have to worry about warranties or anything like that, or refunds or anything. First step is putting this in the vise, bending it to the required angles, and then we're going to weld a nut on it and find a bolt, and it's all going to work out just fine. Well, I've had to bend this twice now to get it right, but that's the beauty of torch and heat and molten metal, is you can just reshape it. Now I've got to make this bend here another 90, and I don't know, you think this is going to work? I mean, I think it's heavy enough. It's just the engineering is kind of dicey. All right, I think we're making good progress. We've got the basic shape. Now I've got to cut this off here, weld this nut on here, and then be able to screw this down, and that should lift this up. Okay, we're not buying anything. This is all scrap stuff. Well, I shouldn't say scrap. It's all just stuff that I save, and it comes in handy eventually. We're on a budget. We got to do things as cheaply as we can, and this one way is just use what you got. Out with the old, in with the new. This is a Walter zip cut. I got these off of Marketplace, just leftovers from somebody else's job. It's a 4.5 by 3/64. Made in Italy. Wow. Thank you, Italy. Let's see how they do. They look good. Now this got to be welded on there, and this piece is going to be welded on there. Now I was going to weld this nice shiny nut onto here, but I realized that this is galvanized or plated with some kind of chemical, and if I weld that, that's not going to be good for my brain. That could cause damage, and as you know, I'm already kind of on the edge as it is. So I found one that is not plated, and that's what we're going to use to weld onto here. Now I'll just finish welding that up permanently, and then we'll give that a shot. We have the completed valve removal and installation tool. I think it's a wonderful thing. It doesn't quite look like the engineered drawing, but it's close. Just like the internet. You know, you order something off the internet and you see the picture, it looks great, and then you open the package and it looks like this. Anyways, I think this is fantastic, and this is how I'm going to make my millions, because there's no money to be made on YouTube. This is where it's at. This is where the money is. That's the money shot. And you might laugh and think, oh, old man, that's not going to happen. Well, that's what they said to Henry Ford. He started in a little shop just like this. Now, the walls weren't orange, but you get the idea. And he made millions upon millions of dollars just starting like this. And that's where I'm going. Watch me. Okay, let's give it a shot. I mean, you got to try. That's all you can do. And we're going to give this a try. I mean, it looks good. You know what? If it doesn't work on the valve, maybe I can use it for something else. You never know. It could be a multi-tool. Or it could just be a wall hanger of something that didn't work again. All right, let's get under there and see if this actually works. Here we go. Let's see if we can get one of these valves off. Now, I did make a little upgrade. As you can see, I put a couple little dots of weld on the end there. Just keep that fork on the bottom of the spring. Let's see what happens. I got a little piece of plywood, and that's going to go under here. And that should just keep everything good. This shouldn't move around, I don't think, because this is going to dig into the plywood. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's moving, but so is the valve. Okay, we got a problem. Let me just give it a little tap and see if maybe the keepers are stuck. They were. Not now. I guess 80 years or so, you're going to be a little bit stiff. Let's hope it doesn't pop off. Oh, before I get any further, better put some paper towel in there, because if those keepers come off and drop into the oil pan, that's it. That's it. It'll be game over. Okay, I see the keepers. Oh yeah, there they are. Can't see the other one. Might have already fallen. I didn't see it. Did you see it? Let's grab that one, put it up in the magnetic tray. Let's see if we can find the other one. There it is. Oh, that was dicey. Thought I lost it in the crankcase. That's one. Well, let's call that proof of concept. It works. Will I be able to put them back? Well, that's another story. Okay, I'm gonna take all these out. Well, let's take this one out right now. Let's see how this works. I mean, it's not fast, but hey, I got the time. Maybe this isn't gonna work. Can I let it off enough to get this thing out? Oh, that's the end of the thread. Still got some tension on there. Okay, I see where we have a bit of a problem. I don't have enough slack to let the tension off the spring. I got to make this longer. Fail. Okay, let's see if I can get this off without causing any problems, and then I'll make it a little bit longer. Oh yeah, it still comes off, but yeah, this has got to be longer by about another ½ inch. All right, let's see if we can get the valve out. It's this one here. Oh yeah, there it comes. And the valve actually looks pretty darn good. I don't see any damage or nothing. I'm going to clean these all up and lap them, because some of them might have gotten rusted when they were the ones that were open. But I'm happy with that, and I just got to change this tool, make it another ½ inch longer, and we'll be good to go. Okay, we have the updated version. I think I added about 3/4 of an inch. No grinding, just welding. Not going to be fancy with this one. Let's just make sure it works. So now we'll do the same procedure. Oh, where's my paper towel? Otherwise I'm going to lose those keepers in the crankcase. Now let's compress it until we can see the keepers. They should just pop out without too much trouble. Come on. Yep, there's one. Careful. Now the other one. Oh, it's not coming. There it is. See if we can poke it around here. No, dropped it. There it is. Come on, let go. There. This is dicey. If I lose these parts, that's it. I'm done for. All right, gonna put them in the tray. Now, the moment of truth. Should be better. There it is. And that valve should be released. And it is. There we go. All right, it's getting late. I'm gonna lose the light here soon. I'm gonna take the rest of these valves out. Well, we're in the middle of taking these valves out, and I'm convinced now that we're doing the right thing. I tried to get this valve out of the #1 cylinder, and it is extremely tight. Obviously now the valve guide is going to have to be cleaned, and this valve is going to be freed up. So we're on the right track. Let's keep going. So we got all the valves out without any issues, other than a couple ones that were tight, but they're in good shape. The valve faces look very good. There's no cracks or anything like that. There's a fair amount of carbon, probably from burning oil or something. So she's probably going to be a smoker. But we're going to clean all that up, and we're having a look at the valve seats. They look very good. There is quite a bit of buildup of carbon, and we're going to clean that up and start assembling this back together. All right, we've cleaned out as much carbon as we can from these ports, and the valve seats and everything is clean as we can get it. Now we're going to clean the valve guides. Then we're going to run this tool through the valve guides to clean them out, and then we're going to refit the valves and make sure they're all working smoothly. Now we're going to clean all this up, refit the valves and make sure they're not getting stuck anywhere. Then we'll pull them back out and clean it up again and lap the valves. Okay, we've got the valve guides cleaned out. We've got all the carbon, as much carbon as possible cleaned out. Now we're going to drop these valves in, make sure that they're not binding in any way, and then we'll be able to move on to the valve lapping sequence. So far, so good. And now these exhaust valves, and the reason I know that because I just read it on the bottom of the valve. This one's held up by the lifter, and we're missing one here, which is the brand new one. And the reason we don't have the brand new one in there is because we ran into an unexpected dimensional problem. Easily resolved, and all will become clear when I lap these valves. That's the next procedure. And then once the valves are lapped, we're going to deglaze the cylinders with this chicken wire gizmo. Just kidding. I'm not really going to do it, at least not on camera. All right, we got things cleaned up a little bit better now. Got as much of that carbon out as possible, and it looks pretty good. We've got our valves cleaned and polished, so we're all ready for the valve lapping sequence. If all goes well, we'll have all these valves lapped and installed with a proper lash, and we're going to put that head back on, hopefully in the next video, if everything goes as planned, which it doesn't usually, but we're going to do our best. Thanks for watching, folks. Catch you on the next one.